This is Richard Phillips reporting for the World Socialist Web Site from Warrawong Mall on the New South Wales South Coast. It's been more than 3 weeks since BlueScope Steel announced that it was axing over 1,400 steel jobs. We spent today talking to steel workers, apprentices and maritime workers about the impact of these job losses. Last week the union called a mass meeting of its membership, the first in 7 years, and put through a resolution endorsing the fact that it was only going to negotiate redundancy payouts. There was no proposal presented to defend the jobs.
I think they had to fight for a right, to fight for a job to keep our job back, no, not to carry on these silly things, you know.
I've been working for BlueScope for 23 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty not happy with the way they've gone about with these redundancies in such a short period of time. They've asked people to basically make a decision on their future without actually giving them an opportunity to work out what they can do. And
if that place shuts, it's not just me, casual contractor. You've got your pipe works that make all your pipes and stuff. You've got every engineering company down the line that relies on them for work. They're all going to shut down. It's not like it used to be years ago. The unions used to say, this is what we want. If we don't get it, we're out the gate until we do. Now the unions say, oh, go back to work and we'll work something out for you.
And what usually gets worked out?
What the union and the bosses want. Well, years ago we was on strike for 10 weeks at the coke ovens because we wanted our clothing supplied, washed and everything, because the acid rain from the steam that comes out used to eat through your gear. We were out for 10 weeks and they backed us every step of the way. They even gave us food parcels and dockets to go to the supermarket to get food. You go on strike now, they give you bugger all. Every tradesman had his own labourer. Now you are the tradesman, the labourer, the go-getter, you are everything yourself.
I mean, in 81, 82, they were announcing job cuts and there was a mass movement.
Yeah.
Of miners, steel workers. It basically was part of the movement that brought Fraser down. Then Hawke and Keating came in and they introduced the Accord. Hawke and Keating, yeah.
Hawke was the biggest idiot that ever came into this country. He was the head of the Labour movement, and as soon as he became Prime Minister, he crucified us. He crucified every worker in this country as soon as he became the Prime Minister. And that's why I am not on the electoral rolls. And I'll tell the whole country this. I'm not on the electoral rolls because I wrote a letter to Bob Hawke and I called him all the names under the sun, and I called him a backstabbing dog for doing what he's done to us, and I'll never vote for anybody again unless I think they are worth my vote.
Jim Brady, I work with Patrick's stevedorings in BlueScope. With the steelworks or BlueScope going under, it looks like we're going to lose anywhere between, say, 50 to 100 jobs, permanent jobs. All the casuals will lose their jobs more than likely. Personally, I think I'm hoping I'm not going to be affected, but I think I will be. So it's a wait and see until we actually know what's going on. It's a wait and see project at the moment. There's a lot of guys out there, like I said, with mortgages, and some older guys not ready to retire, but where are they going to get another job? All they've done straight out of school is stevedoring. They're skilled in what we do on the berths, but they've got no other skills anywhere else. They're not going to be able to just walk in and get a job off the street.
Yeah, what do you think the future holds for young people?
Well, like I said before, not much, because whatever happens with this, up to 2,000 jobs, 2,000 people are going to be affected. So anyone coming out of school, if they think it used to be what you know or who you know, now it doesn't matter. You're competing with 3,000 other people for the one job. If you want to go into retail, you've got 1,000 people lining up now.
Gillo said last week when she was down here that this should be seen as a transition. We raised the question, a transition to what?
Exactly. The manufacturing division of Australia now is gone. I'd say give this place another 5, maybe 10 years, and I think it'll be shut down. It's going to keep happening. It's not good for anyone. We'll end up with the riots like London probably.